Howdy dorks, welcome in, hello, hello, welcome in. It's time for Unchatter. It's time for your regularly scheduled Dwarf Fortress. It's 2 p.m. Do you know where your dwarves are? They're right here. Welcome in, everyone. Howdy JM, hello Orion, hope the Monday is treating you well. Welcome to the start of another week. One more week, and then another, and then another, and then probably another. How's everyone? I am being assaulted by cats today, as is usual. We'll see if we can survive. Best part of Monday has started. I agree. I definitely agree. Nothing else interesting happening other than this. And then cats. Tofu's around here. Yeah, I was afraid that was gonna happen. Come on, Tofu. I have my laser pointer here. She is so enraptured with all of my USB cords. And of course, fiddling around with like Arduino junk means there's just cords everywhere now. Usually I'm better about it, but then I try something different and now there's just no way. Anyway, and then probably another. Geez, at least get us to summer. No promises. No promises. Have you seen the weather? I am luckily shielded from all the weather that's happening on the other side of the country right now. But there's some ice. There's some cold stuff going on. Tofu, please. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. She's crawling under my monitor to get to the cords. But yeah, there's some intense weather stuff going on right now. So I don't have to deal with that. So that's good. Ice is never good. Yeah, I mean the kind of ice that they're getting, like inches of ice. I never seen a weather report give inches of ice, right? Like I'm used to inches of snow. I'm used to there being ice involved. I've never seen 3 inches of ice. That is bonkers. My little goddaughter was watching Frozen as her family are snowed in. Yep, I bet. I bet. Well, we're gonna deal with a lot of our own ice here. We know how to deal with ice here. You chop it up and put it into blocks and make a big dome out of it, right? So we're gonna continue with our ice constructions and probably gonna kick out a cat. I would love to not kick out a cat, but I'm probably gonna kick out a cat or 2. Leave it alone. Oh my god. She does not respond to anything. If she gets her eyes set on something, it's like that's it. Yeah, I'm just gonna kick him out now. I'm just gonna kick him out now before we get started. I'll be right back. Come on. When have you settled? Tofu. If she would just come up here, it'd be fine. Oh, come here. Come here. No, come here. This gives you a look into what my off-stream life looks like. Desperately trying to get a cat to go into a place. Yep, come on. I will grab you. Come on. She gets all innocent as soon as like she knows she's in trouble. Why, little old me? I don't need to get kicked out. You gonna chill? You are not gonna chill. Oh my god. Okay, she's gone. Banished. Yep, she is gone. There is another cat in here. Heck, settled right down. Maybe she'll go into the cat cam area. She's been, heck has been kicked out of the cat cam area for the last couple weeks, right? So now she's in here alone. We'll see if she behaves. Nope, now they're just gonna fight through the door. Anyway, we're gonna work on stuff today. We're gonna chill on our glacier. We're gonna chill like the rest of the country is chilling right now. Just gonna get ourselves snowed in, iced in, deal with some stuff, right? One thing that I want to tackle today is getting us a bit closer to mountainhome, because that's my goal here. We'll see how much we have. I know that some of our adamantine got used for a couple of different strange moods, so we don't have as much as we did. And we've used a little bit of it in our experiments, right? I made an adamantine chain for reasons, but I think that can count as a symbol, right? So I don't think it's a waste. But we do require 3 bars to make a throne. And 3 bars equals 9 adamantine wafers, because a wafer is a third of a bar. Don't know that we have 9 anymore. So we might need to poke some more candy to make our throne. But I think that's what we figure out. That's gonna be our thoughts for today. Yeah. Today's episode is brought to you by a chair. Looks comfortable, doesn't it? And by viewers like you, clicking on all the buttons down there, hanging out with us live, hanging out in VODs, hanging out in Discord, hanging out outside the room because you can't chill. Anywhere you're hanging out, I appreciate being here, even if you have no chill. I do appreciate you. So, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna push a button, and we're gonna continue, right? We're just gonna keep going. Does in fact look very uncomfortable. All of the chairs in Dwarf Fortress always look like stools, and it always amuses me, because they don't look very comfortable. Even the throne, even the most blinged out throne that we're gonna make for our king here is gonna look like a little stool. And that is okay. Here we are. Our most recent adventure was dealing with all this, right? We adjusted our trade depot area. We adjusted our garbage disposal area. This is even empty. Look at that. There is still a little bit of junk out on the surface. Don't know what to do about these sandals. And then like, some of these just weigh a bunch. Like this weighs 500. I think that might be like a blind cave ogre skeleton. I don't know what to do with it. And then this was like, I don't know what to do with that either. That was our were creature. That one's been there for a little while. But we dealt with the vast majority of our garbage. The vast majority of our garbage has been dealt with. All of our siege equipment is still nice and locked away here. Very cool. We're probably gonna keep training our siegers, right? Oh, we got a bunch of arrows, of course. So we probably need to make more bolts. Let's go ahead and put in a bolt order. Now Heck is sniffing around. We're attempting to extract strands and make wafers as they happen. I'm gonna say, or do I have a recurring thing for copper bolts? Or did we just make a bunch of copper bolts? Got a bunch of copper things. We've been using copper for a lot of things instead of wood. Because we don't got wood. Yeah, forge 25 copper bolts, and this is just going. Okay. So in theory, they're gonna keep making bolts for us. We should have a bunch of like copper standing around, right? We haven't done like a good check on all of our stuff. So we have 6 adamantine wafers. We have 2/3 of the candy that we need to make a throne. Fantastic. But I think we can get 3 more without too much difficulty. Gonna have to be careful about it though. We have 100 copper bars sitting here. We have 163 silver sitting here. We have 100 gold bars. Wow. We have 100 steel bars. We have 100 platinum bars. Wow. We have 100 platinum. 120 lead. And all this black bronze, most of that's in our construction, but you know. And then soap. We probably need to make more soap since I'm looking at that. Let us do that before I forget. My favorite wood. You mean like for constructing things? Favorite wood or favorite tree? Because I guess those are going to be different things. You're rich. We are loaded. We are quite loaded. We aren't getting an accurate read of our wealth here because we had to replace our clan voice, right? Our previous clan voice died. We also need to be making toy treasures. Can I actually toy? No, make. Not make. Just for toy. I'm gonna do rock toy. I'll just do 10 of those. That'll take care of it. So for making soap, we need a lye containing item. So that means we need to make lye. Don't know if we have all the stuff for this. I'm gonna see if I can make like 5 lye. We'll just unpause and see if those work, or if they just immediately get canceled. They might just immediately needs ash. Okay, right, we need ash. So I'm gonna say make like 5 ash, or even more. If we have some wood, we've been importing our wood. We probably need more wood at this point. We do have elves here, but I think they're packing up. They're just packing up, so whatever. Oh yeah, and I wanted to finish off our roof here. Oh, is that like the last of our ice? We got a little bit of ice here. Hauling it over. I can hear Tofu screeching. Oh dear. Okay. So that's all the ice that we need. I built a nice foundation for all this stuff down here. So I think that's all set. Cat Cam, she's locked out. Cat Cam, don't go that far. We're working on this level, right? So we're gonna keep trying to build up at this. Reinforced walls, and then we're going like this, right? So ice and then black bronze. Okay, we can do that much at least. And then that's gonna trap us inside, so we need like to use some more of our wood to make some whatchamacallit, some scaffolding. So we're just gonna do like that. And yeah. So yeah, we made an adamantine bed. Oh, you jerks. Oh, you jerks. And then claimed it as a personal treasure. Absurd. Lowercase, the pack of striking. It's worth at least 2,000. And it's just here in the whatchamacallit, stockpile. Okay, the cats are being a ruckus, but they're also being cute, so I'm just gonna let them be. Okay. Sparring is happening, milking animal is happening. Some migrants have arrived? Okay, someone brought a blob. I guess we have been having some deaths. So we have a talented animal dissector and a novice fisher bold. Just the 2 of you? You're one of ours. Yeah. Oh, and there's some like random bolts down here. Okay. Here's a third. Novice appraiser. Hooray. Novice record keeper. Okay, we got three new kobolds. Got room for one more. Our were-monkey is still down there transforming. Okay. I think that's all fine. So we're working on ash. We have a little ash stockpile here, so we're just gonna make lye many times as we can. Can you / have you cap the pop? Yes. I actually don't think you can play without one. By default, it's 200. And it's like there's a couple different caps, right? Like you have a like an immigration cap of 200, but then you can have some babies beyond that, depending on how you have the caps structured. So our population is capped at 150, but I think we can have like maybe 10 babies above that or something. So that's how you knew people had died exactly. The fact that because I remember we were over 150. And we've had some babies. So yeah, the fact that we're not at 150 means that clearly someone died. Okay, so you are working on making ash. That's all well and good. And then the other thing that we need to keep an eye on is down here. We need a little bit more adamantine, and it's not going to be this. It's not going to be that level. So that means we need to be careful about this level. Be very careful about this level. I'm tempted to like poke a hole over here. Except I'm not sure we can. Can we go down from here? I know there was some semi-molten rock over here as well. So we made this, right? I'm gonna disassemble this bolt thrower, and we're gonna reassemble it down here. Oh, she's so pitiful sounding. It's gonna point this way, and it's really just gonna be like pointed right here. It needs empty bin. I have no empty bins. Because we have a thing for it. I guess we're making empty bins. Okay. Let her in. I can't play a video game and shoo her away from my cables at the same time. If I could, I would. Maybe we'll see if she settles down in like half an hour or something. I don't know. There's some lye. You're still working. Okay, so now I'm just gonna say make soap and repeat. Watch that as a stream, just me fighting with the cats. If I could find a way to get a good camera setup for that, I would totally play with cats on stream. Tofu's funny because she won't like get in your lap and cuddle with you. You need to get down on the floor and play with her. So I need to find some way to get like a camera pointed at the floor, which I currently do not have. Just gonna inhale tea, no worries. We're having more of our giant polar bears turn into adult polar bears. And we have been eating the polar bears. Yeah, look at all these. Wow, are they just all adults now? Are they just all adults now? Oh dear. How many of these do we keep? So we have all of these assigned to our squads, right? And then we have these have been giving war training but haven't been assigned to anyone yet. I guess we did we actually replace? Need to like find a new person for this squad. So we'll need one war animal for that. And then we made a handful available as pets, which no one has claimed. And then I think all the rest of these are meat. Let's do 7 polar bears. Leaving quite a few still. But I don't want to get completely overrun with polar bear, and they're very valuable for meals, so kind of drowning in riches there. Let's fill this spot in this squad. So I don't want any of that stuff. We have our siege operator, legendary fighter. But Orkana's pretty old, I think. Talented shield user, expert sword bold, glass maker. I guess I want melee potential, don't I? Which of course is going to be all the polar bears. Sizzler the brewer. Sasra the leather worker. I think maybe Sasra. I think maybe Sasra becomes a soldier. Novice siege operator, but you're not assigned as a siege operator, you just happen to have a little bit of experience in it. You just took off all your clothes and are going for a uniform. He has an amazing spatial sense, great affinity for language and ability to read emotions, has a shortage of patience and a poor memory. Never act without prolonged deliberation, even to his own detriment and the harm of those around him. Good. Good. He is bashful after wearing tattered clothing 2 years ago. Does not often feel lustful, enjoys company of others, doesn't often feel envious of others. Yeah, I think you're fine. And then I'm gonna give you a war animal, right? Yeah, because the named ones already have owners, so I'm just going to give you this unnamed one. Right? Yeah, now you have a giant polar bear. Congratulations on your polar bear. Eating polar bears doesn't fill me with happy thought, but what if they're excess? What if we're keeping all of our good polar bears more well cared for? Because we aren't spreading ourselves too thin. And there's some soap. Okay. We are making soap. I think that works. I think that all works. And then, yeah, let's check our forges. I know we've had quite a bit of forge activity here. Yeah, so there's copper bins, there's wheelbarrows, there's bolts. Basically all the same stuff. We should also work on melting our big pile of melt junk. Empathetic, but I'm tired, people. Yeah. Yeah. I know what you mean. Has the ability to read emotions and shortage of patience is short of a vibe. I agree. I agree. So we have all these copper arrows. How was I... Right, I have all ammo types. I think I just want this to be bolts specifically. Specifically copper bolts is all I want in here. And then this should all mostly be steel stuff. I guess we have some wood bows and such, which I can't melt. But that's fine. We also have this menacing steel spike, which I'm not going to do anything with, so I'm just going to melt. But the rest of these are steel armor and such. And then we have steel and leather, which is fine. It's mostly broken leather. But then this is all our steel stuff. So yeah, all this is gonna stay. And then down here, we have our little forging, our little melt area, right? These are our masterworks that we can't melt because it'll make someone upset. But the rest of this, I think we can basically do the rest of this, right? Oh yeah, and we have curved blistered metal warhammer. So we do have a couple. We do have a couple of divine metal weapons that we can melt because they're not artifacts. We have one curved metal warhammer, and that might be it. That might be it. That's the only one I remember. Multicolored bow, but it's named. So we can't melt that one. So yeah. I think that one's going to become a symbol. I think... because it just has to be made of the metal, right? I don't think it has to be an artifact for it to be a symbol. I think just the fact that it's there. I know our vault is also filling up quite quickly. Or is full. There's something here even. I don't think I've even made more. I think we need to start making more pedestals. I was making these out of copper, but I think I want to start making like black bronze pedestals now that we can actually see the color that they're made out of. Because that's kind of recent. If I say, nope, we are out of pedestals. Yeah, I'm gonna say, let's do black bronze pedestal. I'm just gonna say 10 of those for the moment. And then how do I not melt my fancy stuff? I think I need to go up here. Maybe I just lock this. And then we can melt everything else. Maybe what I need to do... here, I'll do this. We're just going to pause real quick. I'm going to do a mass melt designation on the entire stockpile. And then we're just going to double check all this stuff. So, right, I'm not gonna mark this for melting. The rest of this is copper and iron, copper and iron. None of it's especially good. I guess we're already filtering out the masterworks, right? Some silver in here. Great axes, but yeah, like I don't care to keep any of this. Yeah, this can all go away. That's all good to go. Enormous copper corkscrew we should keep. Because that's for like pumps. But like whips, copper bows. Scourges, a bunch of pikes, bunch of spears. Yeah, I think that's all fine. And then here, some caps, some bismuth bronze armor. Yeah. Half of it's all worn out. I think this is all fine to go. Geez, look at all this goblinite. Look at all this stuff we got. And I don't want to do the wheelbarrows themselves, or the bins themselves for that matter. Not the bin. And not the wheelbarrow. The arrows can go. Not that wheelbarrow. Not the bin, not the wheelbarrow. The arrows are fine to go. Not the bin, and then this is all gonna be armor. Right, that's all fine. Right, as I was just looking at that one, and then that's fine. And then all this, holy cow, this is gonna take us a minute. That's going to take a minute and a half. And then not this bin. But we will look, yep, just a bunch of copper boots. And then not that wheelbarrow, not that bin. Okay, the rest of that can be melted. And then you're gonna get like a, because I removed the melt job, right? Pretty sure. Pretty sure I turned off the melting. So we're just gonna add a job here. This is going to be melt a metal object one at a time if there is an object to be melted forever. Thank you very much. So they'll go for a while, and it'll only occupy at most one person at a time, right? So that's nice. Just gonna keep one person occupied for a very long time. King has demanded construction of more grates, but we have a recurring thing in there and we're working on the toy treasure, so that's fine. That is all fine. Okay. Yeah, melt it! Melt the silver scourge! I'm also going to take just a double check at our armor. Make sure there isn't anything in here that is worth keeping. Suits of cave blob leather armor. There's going to be a lot of leather stuff. Lots of leather stuff. At some point we could just dump leather stuff, but our kobolds can also wear it, so they're free to like pick through it if they want. I just want to make sure that there isn't any other fancy metal that I'm forgetting about. Floating guts leather dress. Purring maggot leather dress. It's all just okay. Oh, but this is like specifically the chest. So I'd have to look at each individual thing, right? Because we got some sandals, but I think those are named. I think the only unnamed divine metal thing we got was that hammer. Yeah, here's those sandals. So yeah. Not a Muppet mod, but a Fraggle mod? Oh my gosh. Fraggle Fortress would be amazing. I would definitely play a Fraggle Fortress. I'm just gonna toss in some more coffins, because you can never have too many coffins. Very cool. Okay, let's see if we can build our little... Oh yeah, that. Oh, and then there's our there's our adamantine animal trap. In case we wanted to grab another fire snake for no reason. Okay, if I can do right here. Still no bin. Still no bins. Okay. Well. I'm tempted to try... Cancels construct building. Oh, did we... Oh. Whatever. Why can't you get there? Okay. Is there anyone trapped up here? No, not yet. Okay, well, let's keep this going. Right, where's my circle here? Did I... Oh, I'm missing one here. And here? Did I really do that? Okay. So then if I say, yeah, we'll look at it hollow. Yeah. Oh, and of course I need to like, This will be tricksy. This will take quite a bit of scaffolding, I think. Unless I can just keep us on the outside. But even like these corners we can do from this side, but these are gonna take a little bit more attention. Oh, I forgot it was Monday. Yeah. Welcome in. Happy Monday. It sure is a Monday. I don't hear the cats. They might have settled down. So how do I want to do this? I wish I could just like leave this as because I can't place reinforced walls with my building planner. So maybe what I need to do, I actually don't know what our building planner is going to make it out of. I'm gonna assign it as some other random material, right? There's gonna be walls. This is strictly for placeholder reasons, so I'm going to, I mean, if I just want to suspend. I'm going to suspend all of these. So that we can make some scaffolding for them. For things in the same spot that aren't these. No, not. Yeah, no, just whatever. Whatever. So then I want some floor. I think I can do, right? Because it's like these two, right? Because this one we can do from here. This one we can do from here. These three we can do from out here. So I just really need a piece here. And a piece here. We should chop down some cave trees. That might be worth doing. And we're going to do a little platform here, and all the rest of this, right? Because I need a way to this one, this one, this one. So maybe we're doing like this. We're just going to go through our wood very fast. Because we do not have that much. Don't have that much. So we'll just do like this. Cool. Call that good. And then this should all be just suspended, right? Just stay suspended. Okay, and then people are gonna do this stuff. That is fine. I think that works. How's our meal quality doing? Masterwork Dwarven Ale Roast worth 50? Sweet. Look at all these wheelbarrows. Perfect. The next Goblin Siege is gonna get cleaned up so efficiently. I'm curious if we have a bin now. Try this. Nope. Wow. Okay. So what's the safest way? Better late than never. True. Yeah, you got here mostly on time. So the safest way to go about this is not a thing. This says it's damp. I wonder if it's actually damp or if it's just like still damp from other water. I kind of want to go down here, right? I want to dig a stair down over on this side. But so like I'm very confident that we're not going to breach this, right? Because the center here continues down. Like this is hollow. In case we haven't talked about this very explicitly. This right here is hollow and leads to very bad things. So we do not want to puncture this. Above it, it's fine. But below it is going to continue, and then it's going to be like it can go wiggle around laterally. But it has to have at least, one tile in common with this, and I believe it's always a 2x2. So it could at most go like this far away. So stuff over here could be normal dangerous, but it's not going to be fortress ending dangerous, is my understanding. Masterpiece prepared giant polar bear lung roast. There you go. And now it's summer. Should I see if Tofu will behave? Wherever she is, she's settled down. Not that that means much. Very curious why we don't just have bins sitting around. Silence is sus, true. I mean, she usually just hangs out in the cat tree when she's being ignored. But, I am assuming. Are people working on this? Came from a work order. I don't think people are working on these. What are people doing? Got some babies, we got some drinking, eating, making rock crafts. A bunch of people with no job. Do I need to adjust my labor settings? Because we have armor and weapon assigned. But we also have metal bold. So we have one high master blacksmith. I think maybe we should have a couple more. Right? Your things is just blacksmithing. I never remember the difference between blacksmithing and metal crafting. Blacksmith is used to make furniture such as tools and bookcases, buckets, bins, blocks, cages, and anvils. And then metal crafting makes crafts, right? Craft goods, okay. Instruments, hives, pots, jugs, nest boxes, etc. Okay. I think I'm going to allow this labor to also do metal crafting. Not that it comes up very often. Oh, look. We have a legendary metal crafter? Okay. And you are an accomplished metal crafter. I think you are gonna get assigned to this. Eat, I don't know how to pronounce that name, is our legendary armor smith. So you're gonna focus on armor. And then Ildra is an accomplished armor smith, but I'm not having you do it. So maybe Ildra becomes a metal crafter as well. Or blacksmith, rather. And then some of you are also, you're a cook? Is what it looks like. And then a lye maker, but you are a siege operator. So that should be fine. That should be fine. Those can overlap. And maybe one more. Let's do like this random herbalist. You are all going to be assigned to blacksmithing. since we have so much freaking metal. And this stockpile's kind of overflowing. But whatever. Okay, there we go. People are now going to show up for these. I think I want to say... Yeah, the bin. I want to say the bin happens. Hearing no talking right now? Can anyone hear me? Hello, hello? All hearing, no talking. I'm not sure what you mean. I am fine. Okay. Make me worried. I want to see this bin happen. And then we're going to like immediately use it. And then we'll let that go. And then I'll try to let the cat in. Trying to be as careful as I can here. There are still so many things down there that can just annihilate us. Just saying, wish I had something to say, but thanks for being... Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I appreciate that. There we go. Copper bin. You're immediately gonna get used or just placed somewhere? Or if I just go down there now and people are just leaving their clothing around. We need more clothing. I know that we were stocking up at one point. Bolt thrower right there. Still says no bin. We're just finding a bunch of dead alpacas. I hope that's fine. Still not sure those get actually slaughtered. Which for alpacas, maybe that's fine, since they're worth very little. Like slaughter any marked animal, automatically butcher carcasses. It's like we should be butchering anything that dies. Where did that bin go? Someone grabbed the bin. Someone must have grabbed the bin. Nope. Okay. Sure, whatever. Let's check our stocks here. We got a bunch of unprocessed dimple cups. And I want to say that we have a standing order for milling dimple cups. Nope, not that. Which is stopped because we're out of empty bags. Fair enough. But we do have some empty bags here. And then if we look downstairs, we have some pigtail slurry. We have a bunch of unprocessed pigtails, although not as much as we used to. And then we have dye. We have a bunch of dye sitting here. Okay, so we don't need more dye, but we do need to dye the cloth, right? I guess we have a bunch of unspun thread and a bunch of dyed cloth. So how do we have this going? We have we have weave thread into cloth, which is stopped because we have over 200 plant cloth. We have weave yarn into cloth, which is stopped because we have over 200 yarn cloth. We have tint cloth because we have dyed all our cloth. Okay. So that means our clothing stuff is basically caught up. So I think what we're going to do, I want to go into our auto clothing just for a report. Bottling units need more new bodywear. 64 kobolds. Okay. We have polar bear people stuff available, but not kobold stuff. So I think we're just going to make a big batch of kobold size stuff. So I'm going to do yarn toga and maybe a cloth cap, and then yarn skirt, and then cloth shoe. And we're gonna do like 50 of all of those. And that will use a bunch, if not all, of our cloth and trigger them to start dyeing a bunch more cloth and weaving a bunch more cloth. So that will all be good. Now, where's my bin? Where's my bin? Nope. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can let the cat in, and we'll just keep an eye on everything that's going on here. I'll be right back. Okay. I have opened the door. I'm just gonna open the door and not like fall out or anything. We'll see what she does. Human caravan has arrived. Excellent. Okay. We will trade with the humans. There are still a bunch. Oh, they're putting the copper arrows here, which is a place that accepts them. But why aren't they ending up here? Ammo type arrow. Because it's copper. I mostly just don't want bolts. Maybe we do this. Maybe we do that. So then arrows can end up here as well. And then we're gonna move some goods. We have a bunch of trade goods at this point. We haven't traded a whole lot recently. Let's just bring that bin. And scroll through all the bins. See, there's a bunch of copper bins. I don't know why they're so rare. Where's... Surely there is more. Right? Our little stockpile here? Yeah. So I want oak bins. Oh, see, here's a tofu. Tofu, tofu. Hey. There you are. Okay. Broker requested. Tofu. Okay, I have removed the wires from the situation. Let's see what else she finds to harass. Diplomacy! The clan voice meets with the human head treasurer. Okay, what are we requesting from humans? We want aluminum. We want aluminum for our king. I would love to be able to satisfy one of those requests, but I think that one request that he had has gone away. It's Goblin Week in artist circles. Excellent. Who doesn't love Goblin Week? Every week is Goblin Week with Unchatter. There we go. Now just chill. Just chill. We've been importing meat. The high value meat. And logs. I think that's all I need. No, you don't quite want to settle yet? She's sulking now that there aren't wires to play with. Hi. Dork. Our trader must have been a little while away. Okay, there we go. Oh, they're still getting ready? Now see, if they just don't manage to unpack, I'm gonna be upset. That's happened 1 or 2 times. Also deep into Dwarf Fortress bug accounts on Blue Sky. Excellent. Oh yeah, I have links turned off by default. Now she's just gonna find where I put those wires. This is my life. There we go. Okay. You have an aluminum bar. Oh my god. Thank God. That's all I ever wanted. Let's just do that. And then I want... she's gone straight for it. Meat. Giraffe intestines, hooray! Yeah, see, there's... some of this is worth so much more than the others. It's in stream chat? Okay. Perfect. Yeah, I should VIP you or something, but it takes me a minute to get to that interface, right? Tofu? Hey. She just completely ignores me. She don't care. She don't give a heck. She gives fewer hecks than heck. You forgot anyway. Okay, there's clearly a bunch of meat there. There's clearly something way too expensive in here. But this might be fine. This is gonna have some random gold in it. But like, it's just a bunch of rock stuff. Native gold figurine just randomly in there. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why they're making gold stuff without me telling them to. But at least it's worth stuff. I think that's all fine. Yeah, we'll just leave the other bin alone. Hey, tofu. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, how much meat do I want? I guess we're getting through it, right? I only want like a portion of it, but all of that portion. Do wish I could like sort this. Tofu. I see you over there. I can't even say that you're scheming. It's just very obvious what you're trying to do. Now you're going up there. I don't know. Do you want a Dwarf Fortress stream or do you want a streamer gets mad at cat stream? They might be mutually exclusive. There we go. We'll grab some plants, and then the leaves and fruit are nice for variety. So we can't take all of that. Can I take... Oh, I can't even take all of that. Let's just grab a cup. Let's just toss in a couple of crowns. Right? I can do that. Sapphire? What? It's like, how did that happen? You just made something out of a rock thing out of sapphire? That shouldn't actually be possible. It's just a bunch of gold stuff in it. Fine. We will trade. Seems ecstatic. I imagine so. Tofu, get down. Down. He's thinking about it. Like, maybe I should. Oh, maybe not. Hi. She wants me to be on the floor petting her. That's what she wants right now. She acts out when she wants me to be on the floor to pet her. That's what I've noticed. If you were just a lap cat, this would be easy. Or even a desk cat. A desk cat would also work. How are we doing here? How are we doing here? We are working on scaffolding. Cool. And we just bought some wood? Oh, did they have wood? Did I buy the wood? I don't think I bought their wood. I don't know if I actually saw wood. They might not have wood. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So all the scaffolding I designated has happened. And we have a little bit of ice. We don't have a ton. We are mostly done with our ice. I'm like... And of course I did like... I did that. So I guess I want to start from this other side, right? So I'm going to do reinforced wall. Right here. Ice, black bronze. And I can remove this one. Ice, a black bronze. And then remove this one. Perfect. And then we start making more ice. See if I can make a thing here now. Yay, okay. Bolt thrower parts. Mechanisms of low quality. Chain bin. Perfect. Okay. They'll work on that. Been melting objects. We've been making meals. We are making black bronze bars. Making cheese. We made a bunch of wheelbarrows. We're tinting cloth. We're weaving cloth. Cool. Some masterpieces are being made. Very good. Very, very good. Okay. Things are generally working. We got some merchants hanging out in the tavern. Okay, so plans. Our king wants 7 symbols, right? Nolak demands 7 symbols. Currently have 1 symbol assigned, but it's not a divine symbol, so it's not going to count for that, right? I don't know. I guess you can unassign them, which is nice. Yeah, let's just unassign that one for now. But long-term thought. I guess I didn't look at stream chat either. Where do we want to store the symbols? The adamantine throne is going to go in the throne room, right? I think that makes perfect sense. But that's going to leave... Do I need 7 things plus a throne? Or 7 things total? I don't actually know how that works. This is I haven't done this before. Part of this is figuring this out. Dwarf kills fire imp with a short sword. Hot sword melts fat and never cools down. Yeah, feature not bug. See, how do we harness that? So yeah, the sword never cools down, but can it be used to make steam? I don't know that I still don't think it would make steam. That's the weird part. But we're gonna have 2 primary places for our fancy things to go, right? We're gonna have our throne room here, which needs to be of a certain quality, and it is that quality right now, but it's just because we tossed in a whole bunch of silver statues. So we can maintain our quality with other stuff if we want. And then here goes heck. Yeah. Bad feature can't make steam with it, right? Yeah. Yeah, then what's the point? Yeah, all right. Oh, that's a slope. I see. Okay. Get rid of that slope. Do we have the king's symbols live in the throne room, or do we have the king's symbols live with the rest of the treasure? I guess that's my question. I think that those are the 2 places that make sense to me. Either in here, or when it's completed, they go in here. Because this is going to be our vault once it's done. Many years from now. I can get rid of this and this. That's helpful. Or no. No. They're making porcelain stuff here. That's not what I wanted, guys. Remove those. But we don't have ice. We're out of ice, so I can't make stuff. And then that's supported that way. Okay, so that's fine. And we're paused. So, once this is empty, we can start filling it back in. Someone should be on their way for it. Look at all those wheelbarrows! Oh, I love it. And then there's just a ton of copper arrows in there, and then that's all good. See, this weighs 2,000. It seems like they don't want to move it. Seems like they don't want to move the heavy ones. I don't know why. I guess I could just tell them to dump it, right? Because then it'll end up in the same place. Let's just dump them. And then the rest of that stuff was dealt with. And our roofs are clear. Oh, there is one random... a random arm over here. Deal with that. And then I guess the same thing here. We'll just dump this. Imbuing artifacts with permanent effects based on what you kill would be a good feature. That would be cool. That would be cool. I'm really curious what our magic systems are going to look like in the long term. I got no idea. Okay, they are working on it. We're down to 35 to 40 frames, I've noticed. We were hanging at 50 for quite a while. I know we still have quite a few pets and livestock. There's still so many llamas. We really stuck the llamas in the cave and gelded them all and said, have fun. And they're just down here. Because we have rams going as well. We haven't been gelding the rams. But like, look at all these. There's still so many. And we're shearing, and wow. We are definitely shearing. What is my shear job doing? This is just yarn cloth less than 100. Okay. I don't think we went down that low, but we'll just let them go. I would also love a magma crab. This is my magma crab trap that has not done anything. What do our creatures look like? So we have traders, lots of merchants, and then those walruses, and some plump helmet men. Oh. Oh, where'd you come from? I thought I closed off... Wait, hold on. Oh, it's the floor above? Okay. I closed off this... I built wall here so things couldn't spawn on this tree, so now they're just spawning on the wall. Maybe we need to fix that too. Plump helmet men are trivial, so we're just going to deal with them. I'm going to have my squad deploy to down here. Maybe like back here, so no one falls in. Don't fall in the water, please. Like if you stab a sprigand with a spear and its sap blood gets rubbed into the wood, if the shaft and the wood will have conflicted feelings about you killing its parent, and you may have a paternity dispute with a Hillant. Yeah. Burrow your legendary metalsmith near the magma crab hole. They love legendary metalsmiths. That's not a bad thought. Probably not wrong. Just have our king sit down there for a while. I want to say that the walruses aren't helping. The walruses have been here for quite a while. We might just have to expunge our walruses to get something else to spawn. But I'm gonna deal with our this wall situation first. Oh, and there's like, we should poke those open. I doubt they're gonna have anything in them, but it's worth checking. The fact that they're both just chilling now is hilarious to me. Okay, here comes a miner. And their polar bear. Okay. Now, do you want to, like, come inside? Yeah, okay. Hello, Plump Helmetmen. Welcome in. They're not even really hostile, are they? They're just here. Panicked and conflict. Well, the polar bear doesn't like them. Lightly tapping the target. Okay. That's fine. We'll just let them go. I want to do a wall, right? Because we're at the top here. So I'm going to do a wall here. Let's use whatever's closest. So they're going to, like, scatter. Should I just kill them? Do I just get rid of them? They're not friends, but they're not really enemies either. Oh, it might be actually. Yeah, okay. The polar bear doesn't like the Plump Helmet Man. Plump Helmet Man punches the war giant polar bear in the left front paw, bruising the fat. The war giant polar bear scratches the Plump Helmet Man in the leg, fracturing it. The Plump Helmet Man falls over. Where'd the other one go? Is the other one already dead? There's a hand there. Yeah, they're wild animals. That is strange to me. And then you're way down there. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna say take out the pair of wild animals. Because otherwise, they're just wild animals running around in our fortress. Wild mushroom animals. There we go. Okay. So now we will get this closed off. Let's check if our thing's been built. It has. So now I just want this loaded. And someone standing ready. And then I'm also going to bring both of our squads down here to station. Because I want to pop these open too. Maybe we do that first. Of course, I just disassembled the whatchamacallit? The bolt thrower that was on this level. That's fine. Right, so I'm just gonna mine here. And then also here and here. Yeah, but we'll do one at a time. See if we can get our friends down here. Hopefully they show up in time. I'm also curious how their equipment is doing. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, here's some polar bear people. It's okay, everyone. We have polar bear men here. I'm good. Their skills are doing pretty good. Komon here is Fighter 55, Observer 54, Legendary Wrestler. Rithwell here is an 80 level fighter, 70 Observer. Absolutely absurd. Here's our miner. And it's water. Okay, well, that's fine. Then we want to do, I guess let's do this tile specifically. Okay, yeah, same miner. That had nothing. I'll take it. I'll take it. And then right here. Deep within this strange place, we've uncovered what must be a treasure of the gods. We have found Shamlo's sop, a large, blocky, clear blue metal greaves. And it's named, so it can be a symbol, but it's not going to be melted. It's worth 40 grand. That is quite nice. And then I think we're mostly just waiting for this to be loaded, and then we're gonna like poke down lower. But now we can like, I can disassemble these. I can mine, not that tile. I can mine the rest of this. Right, that still leaves a nice solid barrier here, being very careful. Right, and just doing all that, yeah. And that will be everything that's on this level. And I want to plug in these floors as well. Just so I'm controlling the flow of everything. Right? I'm like triple checking that this is all fine. Okay. Well, it's obviously going to take them a moment. Maybe I'll give them like a refresher gear kind of an order. They can all go upstairs and get their stuff. Okay. And then our silly little wall situation. That one got done. Blam. Our king is going to come down and do that one. Okay, sure. A migrant has arrived. So now we're at 150. We got a single migrant. Who was it? I don't have a new arrival still. I guess sometimes they get sorted here. Bard? No, that's Shuttle Key. Now these are the hatchlings. Could it be you? Probably not. You're way down here. Yeah, I don't know. We got a new person. But I missed the announcement, so I don't know who it was. We're out of brewables. Interesting. We got plenty of booze. Right? So we're making booze out of these. Because we are using pigtails for booze as well. Yeah, we got at least 1,000 drinks sitting around. I guess the thing I want to make sure is that we're not cooking too much of our booze. That's usually the thing, right? So let's say like the dwarven ale in particular, we're just not gonna, and the beer. We're gonna say we don't turn these into food. The rest of our booze we can turn into food, but I want to make sure that we actually have some booze on hand at all times, right? Now, that has been taken, so I'm going to restart our ice machine. Do we struggle with this as our ice source, or do I like I could steal some ice from down here, right? To build our thing. Just kind of level out this little bluff here. That wouldn't be too bad. Just to get our ice faster, because that's going to be the holdup. And still waiting for this to get loaded. You are grabbing rubies. All good. The floors got done. Our equipment looks pretty good. Another strange mood. It's a child. Hooray. I guess I also want people to be training their sieging stuff still as well. Maybe that'll be later. I assume someone grabbed that artifact there. Okay, I just want this to get loaded and have a kobold standing there. I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick. Keep an eye on that fire snake for me. Hey, look! Okay, I'm back. And we have a kobold here, standing here with a loaded bolt thrower. Perfect. So now I'm going to tell our squads to come back down. I'm just going to stand here on the staircase. Does anyone know the fire snake experimenting went? I don't want to bring it up if it's a sore subject. Well, we don't have a steam generator. I will tell you that much. We still have the fire snake. We caught a fire snake. That part worked. We have an adamantine cage with a tame fire snake. That's not so bad. This is gonna be one of our symbols. Because it's an adamantine cage. And we had it down here. We had a door here. We had this filled with water. We had the fire snake in the cage, in the water, and it did nothing. We hooked the cage up to a lever and released the fire snake in the water in a sealed room with grates on top. Nothing happened. In fact, the fire snake, because fire snakes are vermin, they aren't constrained by physics in the same way. So we tried to trap a fire snake in some water down there, and it just superpositioned itself up outside of it and was just on the surface there. So So yeah, not only can you not really contain a vermin that is not inside a cage, you can't put a vermin on a chain. You can't assign them to pastures. And if they're not in a cage, you can't like constrain them in a room. Like if there's room up above the room it's in, it can just be up there. So at this point, I'm thinking if there is any way to do it, it's going to be with a hot non-vermin creature. Like a magma crab. I would love to catch a magma crab for that reason. Okay, so now we go down. I'm going to say, just randomly picking here. Does that work? This could be terrible. This could be absolutely terrible. We have no way of knowing. You can make a fire snake someone's best friend. It's true. We have a tame fire snake. And we also have an adamantine animal trap, so I could catch more fire snakes as well. So just to be clear, are you looking here for throne materials? Yes, we need 3 more adamantine to have enough to make the throne. Like three tiles worth of adamantine will give me 1 bar's worth, which will be the 3 bars that I need to make a chair. And then once we've done that, I haven't done a count, but I think we have enough divine metal stuff to be good. Okay, stare down. Wow. Wow, okay, so we're adjacent to semi-molten rock. Interesting, so there might be... And this is tetrahedrite, so we're actually not in the pillar here. This is just some other space, unless this might be pillar. Let's do some poking. I'm gonna poke here. Or I guess it'd be more efficient to go like here. Assuming a dwarf doesn't make an adamantine curtain pole when you aren't looking, yes. Well, all of our current existing adamantine is forbidden. No one's allowed to use it. Even for strange moods, right? We do have a strange mood going on right now. But I have forbidden it. It is locked away. You are not allowed to touch it. I guess I'm gonna poke there. It's weird that we have like a diagonal through the semi-molten rock here. Right, okay. And then this is warm. Interesting. So maybe let's do like right here. This should still be safe. I guess we can tell if, at this point, we can tell if we are mining into adamantine from above because it would take 10 times as long, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay, cool. That's a huge pool. That's kind of massive. That is kind of massive. And then we have probably our thing here. But that means this is probably okay. Okay. Good. Good, good, good. I'm gonna plug up that hole. Because that's gonna be hard to drain. That is going to be very tough to drain. We could pump it out. We could pump it out over here. If I had like do like a little channel through here. To keep it separate from the rest of our stuff. I'm gonna do like a wall here. Whatever's closest. Probably need like a a floodgate of some kind. Let's do floodgate. We have one floodgate, and it is magma safe. That is quite nice. Let's do floor in all of these spots. And then I could pump it this way and have it like go out this way. I could also just puncture this and have the magma come over this way. That would save me a little bit. Not a ton, though. Let's do... Do I still have magma safe pump stuff? Let's see. I have kaolinite. Right, kaolinite is magma safe. Copper is not. I need like a steel corkscrew. Surely we did that at some point. Maybe we accidentally melted it. Yeah, kaolinite is magma safe. Steel is, iron is. Maybe we'll just do iron. So let's do iron corkscrew and iron pipe. And I'm just gonna do like 2 of those. And that'll give me time to do the rest of this. So I'm gonna say, so our person is gonna stand here. This is gonna be a pump tile, and it's gonna exit here. So I need to do like this. And then, oh, my stair is gonna be in the way. My stair is right in the way. Oh well. We can fix that. And then go like this. And then go like this. And then that will dispose of our magma for us. I think that works. And then while we have our friends down here, tempted to try from this side as well, because this is also dangerous. Can also do like, just go like along adamantine itself. So let's say like here. This is very dangerous now that we have an exposed magma pocket, but I wanna get it done. I want to do the thing. If we can just expose, like safely expose 3 tiles of adamantine, then we'll be fine. I guess I want a lever as well, right? Probably. Just leaving your sandals everywhere? Kobold Child Sized has created Lazas Hasro, a giant polar bear bone chest. Excellent. That's a good one. So polar bear stuff is just has like a flat ×3 multiplier on it. This is worth 23,000. Wow. Encrusted with trillion-cut rubies, decorated with pigtail, adorned with hanging rings of chestnut, bituminous coal, and willow, menaces with spikes of giant polar bear bone, silver, and apricot wood. I see a pillar of adamantine in the center there. Why don't we mine that? Oh, Because I would like this fortress to continue existing. Because that's bad stuff. So you know when dwarves talk about mining too greedily? That's what they're talking about. This is the greed right there. I guess polar bear and cave dragons are going to be part of the heraldry. Oh man. Oh, can we get a crest? A crest would be good. There we go. And then I want to do, I guess I want to do this one. I guess there's going to be water here as well. But this has its obsidian. We're just going to go, we're going to go right here. It's awfully close, but I think that's part of how it works. We're just gonna do that. I've heard that's an old myth to keep the young ones from mining all the good stuff. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you don't believe them, then you can just go for it. What's the worst that can happen, right? I'm sure it's just an old wives' tale. Oh, I got all that done pretty quick. That wasn't too bad. Of course, now we're gonna light this diamond on fire and that diamond on fire, whatever. And we're all gonna choke on smoke. I guess if there's water over here, I can pop it open. Look at this. Look at my little magma reservoir. I wonder if I can make my screw pump yet. I can do kaolinite, I can do an iron corkscrew, I can do a copper pipe section. I can't do an iron pipe section yet. Why'd you go around? Okay, whatever. This is fine. Might also designate like here. We check this stone for heat. Okay, so that's just gonna be poof, and then it's nothing, and then we're good. That is fine. So that means, oh, here's one. There's one adamantine we can mine. Don't burn diamonds, it's not rejuwable energy. Oh dear. Oh dear. It is probably green energy though, considering it just burns forever for free. Just light it on fire and you're good. I'm gonna try this pump another time. There we go, iron pipe section, perfect. Cats are chilling, I know. I guess I'm glad I opened the door. She can be an absolute butt sometimes, but she is cute. Okay, so we're gonna mine here. I think this is just gonna open up some water. There we go. And then it just became obsidian. Hey, look, some steam. But didn't actually, like, put out the fire. Whatever. I mean, this is all, it's all gonna dry out. That's all gonna cool down. Just gonna take a minute. I'll lower it back in. And then I think we can dismiss our soldiers for the moment while we get this pump made. And then all this cools down. I hope this isn't just like one giant chunk of adamantine, because that makes it dangerous and then we don't know what's safe and not. But I bet we could do this one here, right? Yeah, because that's just obsidian there. So we have at least 2 tiles we can deal with here. Oh, and there's going to be something wet here. Let's do here. Now that I sent all of our soldiers away. You were hauling a rock. Okay. This will link in a magma safe way to here. Saw a video today and it was asking if their cats were gay or just roomy siblings. Uh-huh. I mean, it's different for cats, right? I think our concepts of relationships are just not how they think about things. Like, these 2 cats are very close in age. They're both very young. There we go. Adamantine, adamantine. Yeah, this will be interesting. The sensible answer. Because, like, I don't know, it was interesting to me to see the 2 of them meet. Because, like, Heck was maybe 1.5 years and Tofu was 6 months old when they first met. And Heck has been the kitten, right? When we still had Jezebel, it was an older cat and a younger cat, and their positions with each other was very clear, right? One was kind of like, not mom, like maybe motherly is kind of the closest analog that we have to it, but it was like, you know, a mom cat and a child cat is kind of their dynamic. And that made total sense to me because one is much older than the other, right? But as soon as these 2 met, Heck turned into a mom immediately. Like that afternoon. They saw each other for the first time, and then Heck was like, this is my child now. I know I am 1.5 years old, but this is my child. And Tofu was like, you're my mom. I'm going to lay down and you are going to lick me. And Heck was like, yes, that is what is going to happen. And then they have been that way ever since. I'm gonna dismiss this kobold. And like, for us, that's weird, right? As a human, I look at that and go, that how can they be that close that instantaneously? That don't make no sense. But they're cats, right? I think they just don't. I think the way they form relationships is different. And it's also quite difficult to understand, like do cats really have romantic relationships in the same way that we would, right? Like, are they... Just check Wikipedia, cats are definitely not monogamous. That doesn't surprise me at all. That tracks. Like, right, like in that context, like what is the importance of a relationship to a cat? Like I think it occupies a different part in their brain than it does for us. Cause they're different. They're just different creatures. Like we think of everything in terms of like romantic attraction, but I think if you tried to explain to a cat, like if you had a way of having a conversation with a cat and tried to explain, like, we always pair off, and then like there's two of us here and we have this relationship, they'd be like, what does that mean? That doesn't make any sense. Someone has taken a long time to bring this stuff down. Okay, so yeah, I want to pump this out. And then I guess we can do like this, but that's gonna be, I mean, that could potentially open something up. I'm gonna be safe. I'm gonna be safe and not greedy. Safe, not greedy. That is the name of the game here. And now it's autumn. Or maybe they'd process it in their terms. Your partner looks after you like the cats do. It's just one of us making cookies, another is licking your back where you can't reach. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we can understand affection, right? We can understand being devoted to someone. Like, people joke about cats not having loyalty, but you know, you put them in next to a dog, yeah, but they do build relationships. They do make connections, right? Even with humans. It makes you wonder what is our role in their life? In their brains? Like what relationship status do we occupy in their brains? Because I don't think we're just givers of food. Like, I know that's kind of the trope, right? But I think they can be more attached to us than that. I can get rid of this and this and nothing else. I guess I can do more. Or we should just chop some trees. Should I just go into the cave and chop some trees? Because that's a thing we can do. We are quite low on logs. Yeah, we're straight up out of logs. Okay. Let's go chop some trees. Or I guess let's right, let's go over here. We'll have one wall piece to put here. Just do that. Something is fighting. Something has collapsed on the surface. That didn't take long, did it? That was me, wasn't it? What did I... Oh, the wall wasn't... Oh... Yep. Did I just kill someone? That wall wasn't supported, aside from that scaffolding. Dang it! So not only do I need to put the scaffolding back. So sick. Sick is the one that got... I have 2 unconscious people here, bleeding and injured. Someone please grab this kobold. Oh, here, the polar bear's here. It's fine. Okay, they got licked by their polar bear, now they're fine. They're gonna walk it off to the hospital. They're fine, everybody. Jeez. Love my cat, she's a great companion. I write, like... Well, welcome in. Yeah. Like, I like dogs, but I've spent so much time around cats at this point. I have a great deal of respect and affection for them at this point, I would say. I also heard that dogs have packs, but cats have neighborhoods. They care and interact a lot, but they meet in public spaces, but have their own homes and space. A dog thinks you're a dog and part of the pack. A cat thinks you're a big weird cat that takes up a lot of the neighborhood, but at least brings a lion's share of the potluck and shared buffet. Interesting. I could see that being the case. And again, that's like putting it into human terms, right? I'm sure that's not like 100% accurate if they had a way of talking about it in their terms. But that's probably closer than usual. Because I don't think cats just look at us and be like, yeah, give me food, clean my litter box. You are my servant. I don't think it quite works that way. We're getting there. Feral cats live in colonies, so I'm not surprised they build communities. That's true. Yeah, they have like little non-family social groups, right? Based on that idea, that makes sense. Just taking forever. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna tell our... Let's check. How are we on ammo? We have some ammo. Are we still getting ammo placed into here? Like, as far as I know, these shall just be locked, right? They all have like a... See, you have like 2. So I should lock you as well. So should I lock... Or maybe what I do, like I'll leave one of these unlocked. So we can actually use that. But I'm gonna tell them to do some more practice. I want some more target practice here. Oh. So the dwarves are here. Daka. Okay, we're gonna Daka. And then we got people hanging out in here. You got naked children on your back? That's fair. Organizing siege operation demonstration. Lead siege operation demonstration. Watch siege operation demonstration. Oh my god. So good. We're gonna request our broker. We're gonna bring our finished goods bin. Jeez. One downside of having all of your bins be the same materials, they just all go in the same scroll bar. This is a nether cap. Where's my nether cap bins? There we go. Yeah, you. Clearly something in there. Cats think of us as big, clumsy cats who inexplicably feed them somehow, yeah. I mean, are we... Like, we're clumsy in the sense that we don't jump on things, but, like, our hands do things that they cannot. Big, mostly hairless cat who keeps changing fur color is shite at hunting and won't lick me is all right at all things considered. Yeah. Pretty warm. True. We are space eaters. We're very good at space eating. Wow, we've smelted our tetrahedrite? Whoa. Only a little surprised. Just waiting for this bin to show up. There we go. You didn't happen to bring some aluminum, did you? No. Fine. We're just gonna collapse everything. So they brought some logs. Definitely taking the logs. A bunch of instruments. Some barrels, I don't care. Bunch of weapons. Togas? One toga. Some socks. We haven't been making a lot of socks. Maybe I'll import some socks. Boxes, bags. I don't think we need bags. We do have like bins of cloth and such. Bolts? I think we can make them so easily at this point. Meat. And you're gonna have all the cheap meat because I can't tell you what meat to bring. Yep, this isn't worth it. But we do need stuff to brew. So maybe I'll import some plump helmets. That seems so silly. Or no, I'm just gonna do like the strawberries, artichokes, these things. Those will be for booze. And then I think we're good. So that's only $2,000. And there shouldn't be anything too ridiculous in here. And then there's clearly something in here. We'll just pick carefully. There's like a gold crown. It's probably gonna be enough. Trade. Sweet. Success. No trader needed. Trading is successful. So over here, we are getting there. We're getting there. I think we might start, I think I might just like harvest all this ice. I don't want to wait for this to happen 15 more times. But this is all locked. This is made. Perfect. So now we're going to pump manually. Excellent. And this all cooled down except for the part that's on fire. Oh, I see. And then there's more magma there. Okay. Okay. And I can see that there's space underneath these. So I think that means that that's safe. This part might be safe. I do want to be absolutely certain of that, though. Did this... I mean, these other ones eventually burned away. These other ones eventually did go away. I think what we're gonna do is put a floor here. No access. What do you mean? Can I get rid of this ramp? Oh, we're pumping. We're pumping. Cats are barely domesticated though, which I think is also interesting. The behavior of dogs and wolves is fundamentally different, but cats kind of do their own thing, act similar to the wild ancestors. It's a mutual pact. Even after all this time, they sort of do okay without us, and you can't get them to do stuff against their will. Most dogs and horses are trained. They are still clinging to tamed, really. Yeah. Yeah? I don't disagree. Yeah, look at that. Okay. So now we're done pumping. All that work for 20 seconds of pumping. But now this will just kind of deal with itself. And so will this. And, I mean... they should be able to get down there, right? That is strange. It is always funny to look at, like, mandate near deadline. Anvils? Who? Your clan leader wants anvils? Whatever. Can't make copper anvils? 3 iron anvils coming up, I guess. Oh, but now I can put a floor here. Which will make that safe. But looking at, like, wild big cats, and how some of them are just big cats, right? It's kind of wild. I mean, these are connected. There's a downstairs and an upstairs. Why can't we get down there? If I put something here? No access. That is weird. That is weird. I'll say one of the benefits of a long-term create world with low resources is all the lava pumping you do. Yeah, that's fair. I think our next world is going to have fewer metals in it, so that we have to do some more hunting for it. Because I've played on metals everywhere almost forever. Almost every world that I've played has been metals everywhere. So I think it'd be cool to do something slightly different. Can I do like a... I mean, here would be safe, right? So this is diamond, this is obsidian. Let's do a stair right here. Since apparently we can't get down there otherwise, for some reason. And we removed our way down on this side. But I think I can just... This will stop flowing, right? So now I can just remove this and get our stair back. There's a CGP Grey video for ages ago about animals and how it affected civilization. He just throws out cats, not relevant, like horses, cows, dogs, goats, llama, etc. Just a tiny tiger that lives in your house. That phrase in my head lives in my head rent-free. Yeah, he's not wrong. I've heard it said that they self-domesticated. Or I guess self-tamed or whatever. Like they didn't, like we didn't do anything to them to make them house cats, right? They were just like, I'm gonna live with you now. Cats have been known to be bully solitary wild cats into being adopted by them. That's funny. It's a bit harsh as cats did help with the pest control and agriculture, and of course affected culture, but clearly somewhat different to the impact of horses. They moved in. Right, like... Hopefully that allows us to get down here. No? What on earth? If I say mine this? Or even mine this? What do you mean I don't have access? It's smoky and gross, but I do have access. Well, whatever. Let's bring our friends back down. Let's put someone back on this. Suppose I can just disassemble the pump. Keeping an eye on our ice maker. Slowly filling up. Yep. Because we can do, like, can I do this? So they can get there. It's interesting. Well, they don't want to come here. And then we can also do this. Because this won't be anything. So that gets us in there. The pair just like... Yeah, I guess there is some magma here. That is a little dangerous. We could do a wall like this, just to keep people out of there. Of course, you have to go in there to do that. Hilarious. Maybe it's fine. Wow, warmth and mice to eat. Wow, cute. Let's make you our god. Works for everyone. Right. It's a symbiotic relationship is what it is. Did we, like, co-evolve? I mean, like, how do symbiotic relationships form in nature between two wild animals, right? Is it really just one animal's in a situation and another one comes by and goes, oh, this works for me. They start hanging out. And the first one's like, well, I guess I get something out of this. Okay, that all worked. So we're gonna walk our way around the adamantine here. So this is obsidian right here. So I'm gonna mine... Woof. Right here. Getting awfully close. But it's not gonna... I mean, it could open up a bad thing, but it's not gonna open up the inside. The nugget center. Do you not have a polar bear? You do have a polar bear. Just not with you. We've unleashed the echo of a forgotten divine retribution. We have found an angel. Is this another capybara? Oh, it looks different. Messenger of Rebirth blowgunner. Oh, it looks different now. Our art got updated. Does it not have arms? Right, if we go, description? An eyeless capybara in humanoid form. Bears malodorous pustules. Its clear hair is long and straight. It was created by the kobold god Odor and is a part with blight, death, deformity, disease, and rebirth. Hooray. But that has revealed some nice adamantine. I think we're good. I think if we can deal with this messenger, then everything will be fine. It is also a blowgunner, which is interesting. You do have like a bunch of melee skills, but do you have Uh, blowgunner? You have archer. Okay. So it can get to us from this stairwell right here, so possibly dangerous. Let's see what it does. We're gonna go in slow motion here. Because there is a ramp? There is a ramp here, so it could get up from here, which I would actually prefer. Water is cooling off some of this magma. Okay, so it came up. Now it's here. Okay. Now, I give a kill order. And hope we get an eye shot of our thing. I'm just gonna go in slow motion here. These things can definitely be dangerous. The fact that it doesn't have arms is kind of funny. Also definitely doesn't have eyes, right? Yeah, definitely doesn't have eyes. Okay, get him. Does it even have a blowgun? It does have a blowgun. Tapered blistered metal blow darts. And a wavy blistered metal blowgun. So we could actually melt some of that. Whoa. Whoa. Axe Lord hacks the messenger in the lower leg. Severed part sails off in an arc. Messenger berth falls over. Well, that's a good opener. Get mauled, idiot. Trying to crawl away now. Giant polar bear attacks, but blowgunner rolls away. Now they're just gonna pounce. Wow. Wow. They did it. And we even got, so we have a blistered metal blowgun and a stack of 2 well-crafted tapered blistered metal blow darts. Wow. Cool. I'm gonna keep you stationed down here for the moment. But that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Right? Yeah, there only one Axe Lord and one polar bear got involved. They just annihilated it. That was very good. Oh, this is silly. I'm gonna ignore it. So, I do kind of want to do just a loop around. I think we're gonna do here. While we have everyone assembled, I'm just gonna expose as much as I can without getting too greedy. And then we'll have some adamantine to mine. More water. Lots more water. I'm also gonna get these spots filled back in. So this is adamantine, but this isn't. So like we have this tile here that is definitely fine. We have these 2 tiles that are definitely fine. We have this 1 tile that's definitely fine. So we have what we need. I'm just gonna try to make this a bit more safe. Right, so I'm gonna do right here. Wow, it's close. Because this might also be fine. There we go, yeah. Cool it all off. Get rid of all the magma, please. So grabbing corpse parts, fair enough. I'm gonna put in another order for, I know that I'm gonna want a bunch of those pedestals. So I'm gonna put in another order for black, bronze pedestals. And I'm gonna say like Another 20 of them. We got a lot of junk. All right, everyone's all good. Everyone's all good. Wow. I'm impressed. Does take a bit for our, our miners to get down here. Here we go. Okay, and then that fills in that. That works perfect. That's exactly what I want. Should sleep, probably see you Thursday. Okay, sounds good. I guess, geez, we're already near the end. Mystery game to come back to later in the weekend. Oh, look, we found more treasure. Yes. I think I know what we're gonna do. Expect a weird one. We're gonna do a weird one. But yeah, Saturday will be a new... Saturday will be new game, Thursday will be Dwarf Fortress. We're gonna go back to 2 Dwarf Fortresses in one weekend game. So yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your evening. Let's check out this. We just got a pair of boots. Flashing metal high boots. Both named. More artifacts for us. Very, very good. And then yeah, I think I just want to do right here. Oh, there's gonna be some wet in here too. What if I do right here? Which is technically a little dangerous. I'm gonna be safe. I'm gonna be absolutely safe. We're just gonna do right here. Don't want to get this far and then screw it up. That would be bad. Weird or traumatic? Should be weird. I'm gonna go more for weird than traumatic. My last attempt at a surreal game turned out a little more traumatic than I intended, but I think I think I found a nice surreal one. Yeah, there we go. So there's adamantine there, but not here. So I'm gonna say, we mine here, then we will have a path all the way around. Very, very good. Very, very good. And then like this. Okay, so now I think I'm just gonna put a floor in here. I'm going to dismiss my friends. And then I'm going to mine some adamantine. We have this one right here. We have this one right here. And I'm gonna say this one right here. And we're just gonna do those 3 for the moment. I'm also gonna mark like the rest of this stuff as like lower priority. Right? Like here we can do, here we can do, here we can do, here we can do. This is all fine. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Here, here, here. Here, here. That should all be safe to do. And that's going to give us how much we need to make our throne. could do here and here. Pretty sure the rest of that is dangerous. There's gonna be quite a bit here that we're not gonna be able to safely get. But that is fine. That is very, very fine with me. Okay. Let's check back up here. I guess I haven't been assigning new things here. So we want to look here. Yeah, perfect. Okay. I might even just say, I'm going to say that we're good enough. This is all good. I'm going to say mine out this. It's going to be like third priority. But I'm tempted to just flatten this. I'm just going to harvest this ice. We're not going to do anything down here on the edge of the map, right? I just want the ice. I'm just going to go like this. I'm just going to do it. Just gonna do it. Got 2 bits going right now. I still haven't figured out a way to get down here. Which is interesting. Do you not like being over here? Yeah, look how blobby this one is. Our first level was very, very generous to us. But we can do this one, right? I think we could technically do these 3. I am so not confident in that, though. I think it has to be a 2x2, so like it couldn't be here, and it couldn't be here. Which means it's going to be either here, which is directly below. It could be that. It couldn't be there. It could be here. It's one of these two. Pretty sure? Pretty sure? So does that mean I could probably do these 2 as well? I got all those gems taken care of real quick. Holy cow. Like they're coming for this diamond, but they're not coming for this obsidian. Hey, look, there's one. Gonna have to keep a real close eye on those as they get finished. Oh. And there we go. Okay, we are making ice. Okay. I think that's fine. Losing a little bit of our natural glacier, but I think we're putting it to a good cause. I think this is a worthy use of ice here. We're gonna come up here, I'm gonna start assigning these. And then, right, I want one here. And here. I'm gonna have to like keep track of which ones are my placeholders. Do one here. Here. And then we can do like this one, right? Nope, that was just a normal wall. Not normal wall. And then, like this one, right? Okay. That's all the ice we have at the moment. I'm gonna let them continue working on it. That's all good. We have this going. We have one more mind there, and we are working here. Okay. So they're getting to it. So I think these are fine, actually. But like, I don't think we can do this. We might be able to do that, but that makes me very, very nervous. Like, this is definitely not safe. This is definitely not safe. This is definitely not safe. We're gonna call it good. We're gonna be conservative with this. We're gonna not destroy everything. But we should now have 2 adamantine boulders, right? Boulders. Two raw adamantine, perfect. Yeah, if we were greedy, we'd go for these 3. Because I think the inside hollow bit needs to be a 2x2. So it couldn't be here and it couldn't be here. But I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to not risk it. There's also like this we can grab. All sorts of gems around here, obviously. Probably more artifacts in here as well. But that's less crucial. That magma one was lucky. That big magma pool there, that we could just pump out like that, that was quite lucky. See, you can get over here. That's so weird. They're being weird. Oh, did we finish off our dimple cups? Did we finish off all the dimple cups that we had grown? That's kind of hilarious. Got a bunch of pigtails here. There is still a bunch of dimple dye here. Did we get through all that clothing as well? We made all of that clothing. Wow. I guess I want to also... They're all going to be in here looping, right? So I'm going to unforbid all these bolts. And then, yeah, this ended up empty. Okay. See, now you have 2 bins for reasons. I guess because I locked one of you. I guess it's fine. It's just weird. Hammerlord has bestowed the name Rur on an iron shield. Excellent. So as far as where we place our symbols, I think I'm gonna have... This is gonna be ready much before our other area, right? So maybe eventually they'll get moved in over here. But this still has a minute left to cook. I'm gonna let them work on it. So I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna place some pedestals in here. And that is where we will put our symbols, right? We can do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then kind of in the middles. Right? I have 19 of them. Very good. Yeah, I guess so these can go on the wall. And of course the stair is right there. Do I want to put my holy symbol pedestals directly next to the stairway to the tavern? Does that sound kind of dangerous? Could also put them down here, because they don't technically need to be in the throne room, right? This is like visually part of the throne room, but not technically part of the throne room. So maybe like just down here. I think I like that better. So we're gonna do these 4 here, and then we're gonna do 4 in here. And that'll at least give us a spot to put them. I'm gonna say 1. I guess I only need 3, right? So I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3. Or should they be closer? I guess that's fine. I think that's fine. That is fine. So, strand extractor is extracting strands. Excellent. We have 1 more sitting here. Have we processed an adamantine yet? Making pedestals, making bolts. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna be really persnickety. We do have our 3 aluminum. We'll have to do something with that too. I guess we're gonna keep that on hand in case our king ever makes a request for aluminum again. Might not ever, but we'll have it if we need it. And then there's our 7th wafer. Excellent. So 7 wafers, plus a thread here and a rock there. We're gonna be good. We're gonna get it. 30 stream streak. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That is intense. That is quite intense. That's like 10 weeks. Okay, clearly we already grabbed that much at least. And we never went in the caves to chop down wood. I do want to... More toy treasures. You jerk. Let's make 10 rock toys. Just hanging out at this point, that's fair. I enjoy it, I appreciate it. We do have trees down here still, right? Yeah. Yeah, there's some trees down here. So I'm going to pull the lever. And then the ones next to the water are cool because they're just going to fall in. I'm just going to pick a couple. Got some nether cap, we got some spore tree, got some tower cap, got some bloodthorn, and some fungi wood. We got all the kinds. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do that. Look at this. Wow. Oh, someone's like not quite done here. But why? Why'd you give up? That's weird. It don't matter, but it's weird. You know, if you're almost done, then just finish. I don't know why I got unassigned. Someone's coming for that. We have another rock there. We have a strand there. Very, very good. Our pedestals have been placed. Look at that. That's actually kind of cool. I like that. So, can I put a... I guess I would want to test that first. Can I put a cage with a creature inside on a pedestal? And will that melt surrounding ice? If I go... cages... Is it just gonna let me? It kind of seems like it would just let me. You know, let's do a practice run first on that one. I'm gonna go put another pedestal way over here. Or even like downstairs. I'm gonna put one like down here. Yeah. Display. Give that a moment. All that happened. Very good. But other than our cage, right? So we have our adamantine cage. We have an adamantine chain and an adamantine animal trap. Maybe those three go down here. The adamantine things go down here. So this is going to be chain. Or maybe fire snake goes down here. So this is going to be chain. Adamantine chain. And then this is going to be adamantine animal trap. And third one will be cage. So then I just need to pick 4 divine metal things, of which we have a good handful at this point. We have several weapons. So let's take quick stock of what we have. I haven't really done a real good look through. We have a bow. We have a named multicolored metal bow. Lots of other things. Still working on melting it all down, I assume. And then we have our blowgun, which is not named. We have our warhammer, which is not named. So I think they would also count, but I think using named things first is a good idea. So let's do our multicolored metal bow. It's going to go up here. Yeah, there you are. And then... Is it easier to look at our objects for artifacts? It can be like name stuff, right? So we have the pair of boots. That's a thing we made. Shamlasop is large, blocky, clear, blue metal greaves. Large, blocky, clear, blue metal greaves. Wow, I've never seen that many adjectives in a single description. But that one is named, so I think that's going to be a good one to do. So you're going to go like this. And of course, half of them aren't going to actually show up visually. So that's fun. Multicolored metal shield. You know, why not? And a frilly multicolored metal turban. Hilarious. I just say multi. Right, so we got the bow, we got the shield, we got the turban. So then we just need one other thing, right? If I go here. Oh, look, the cat is back. There are also those sandals, right? Large glowing metal sandal. Glowing metal, that was the other one. I'm gonna put the pair of sandals on the pedestal. I think only one of them needs to be a symbol. What was it called? Glowing metal. I'm just gonna put both of them there. And we just need to make a throne. Right? If my understanding of everything is correct. We have 8 aluminum. Or adamantine. One more adamantine. And it is in progress. There it is. We have 1 strand sitting there. And we're gonna have 3 left over. Fancy that. Let's see if this happened. It did. So I'm going to assign our cage, which is somewhere. Adamantine cage, thank you. And we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what happens when you just leave a caged fire snake in a glacier. Because right now it's right here. Of course, it's built, right? Do I need to unbuild it? I think I need to uninstall it. Tofu? My God. She's just been a little demon all day. And it's construction of grates. Great. Someone did grab it. Is someone smelting? You're smelting! Making a wafer. Okay, did you deposit the wafer? I think you just deposited a wafer. So we now have 9 adamantine wafers. I'm gonna unforbid them all. And immediately come in here and say, make for me a adamantine throne. Heck yeah. That's satisfying. Just assigning adamantine throne as a job. I like that. Tofu, for real. I'll just sit here and distract her while we make a throne. It's all good. I guess I also want to keep an eye on our fire snake, right? Which was right here. Went somewhere. Oh, now a strange mood. Okay. If you somehow, I guess we do have a couple extra adamantine. But if you grab something while a job is working right now, I'm gonna be quite cross. Cages. Adamantine cage. We have 2 adamantine cages? When did I make a second cage? When did I make a second cage? Hilarious. Okay, well, we put this here. Fair. I'm going to swap it out for the other one, I guess. Interesting. I don't... I don't recall that. Yeah, let's do this. Then I'm gonna go to the fire snake one. Actually, I'm gonna go to our Fey Mood person. Claiming a workshop. I want to make sure you don't grab anything that doesn't belong to you. I also can't wait to see this. Okay, so you grabbed a jeweler's shop. Grab some diamonds. You were like hanging out in the neighborhood. You're dangerously close to where the adamantine's being stored. Trying to like laser pointer with my foot. Giant polar bear bones. 54. Whoa. That's the other thing. Every time we butcher a giant polar bear, we just get all their bones to turn into strange moods. There we go. Look at this. They're working on it. It's happening. It's happening, .gif. Who is this working on it here? Cody, the blacksmith. Did you finish? You finished, and it's exceptional. This is an exceptional adamantine throne. So, going to... And yeah, look, we got stuff on them. I'm going to uninstall the throne. The black bronze throne. And see, this one doesn't have a little thing. Maybe we should pick something that you can actually see. But now that the throne is made, so look, okay. Fire snake cage on display. It seems fine. I mean, this tracks with everything else that we've learned about it, right? I don't think a fire snake in a cage is going to actually emanate heat that the game will interpret and melt ice with. Oh, I dropped it. There we go. It's being put to good use, yes. It's true. So... tempted to let it sit there for a little bit just to make sure it's not gonna like eventually melt something. And then the fact that this one isn't displayed is kind of bugging me. So I'm wondering if we can find something different to put here that would actually be seen. Could put that blow dart? Actually, I don't know if the blow dart had art either. My cat has no interest in laser pointers. She will steal your socks and play with them, though. That's funny. That's made of larch. They are obsessed. Like, I can get them sprinting real good. Oh, Policy of Madness raid. Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome in. What were you up to, Policy Madness? I'm assuming you were working on Dwarf Fortress. I can type. I can type. I can type. We're dealing with cat aggro and becoming the mountain home. Those are the two important things happening right now. How are you? How have you been? Like trying to laser pointer a cat at the same time. Yeah, I want to see... Or I guess we found that doing it this way was better, right? We're picking our symbols. Was doing a max pop of 15 fort just to see what the new updates are like. Neat. 15 is quite small. This fortress was at like 30 something for a long time because we were experiencing the Civil War glitch. So we just weren't getting migrant waves for like a decade. So we were like unintentionally playing a no migration fort for a while. But even then that was like 30. But I don't know, it's fun. It's yeah, the frames go pretty quick, right? I'm trying to find a divine metal thing that has art so that we can actually see it on a pedestal. Most of these are our artifacts. Tofu? Oh my god. Symbol of the stockkeeper. So this one, frilly sheep leather skirt. Okay, so it's divine but not metal. Or does that count? Can it be a divine, not metal thing? It just things not of this world, right? I don't know, we have this one, but it just doesn't have art. I want the ones with art. We did that one. We did both of these. I guess I could separate these onto two different pedestals. A sandal there and a sandal there. Oh, but like, what is this? Frosty metal figurine of an axolotl. Heck yeah. Yeah, let's do that one. So instead of that silly thing, I'm gonna go Frosty figurine. And we appear to be fine with our fire snake in a glacier. So I'm just gonna do that. And we're gonna toss it in here. And then our throne itself. We just made our throne. Chair. Adamantine throne. That is satisfying. That is very satisfying. And then here we add a cage. Cage. I can read. Cage. The fire snake. Why, yes, the king does have a tame fire snake in the ice throne. Why do you ask? Yep, okay. And then, yeah. And now it's winter. Don't get invaded except by the undead. Oh, that's fair, yeah. And we don't have undead close to us here. We do have a goblin fortress that has taken an interest into us now. But yeah, for those first 10 years, they didn't care about us at all. It was very quiet here. Got a dash. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, feel free to raid and run. We'll be here for a short little while. I just want to get this all set up. I want to see if I can make mountain home happen. If I actually understand what I need to happen here. But yeah, have a good one. Oh yeah, and we're training our siege operators. Training our siege operators. You get mad now that you don't have a throne in your throne room? I guess not too much. And then you're gonna bring this one. It doesn't get displayed either, but it's a figurine. Why doesn't can't see a figurine on a pedestal? Whatever. Whatever. Okay. And then the throne. I just want the throne to show up. Here we go. Perfect. Look at that. Oh, it looks good in an ice room. That looks good. Okay. So now I need to assign the symbols, right? So I need to go into our king. So the first three are going to be those adamantine things. So that's not too hard. I'll go here. I guess, does our adamantine stuff even show up? It does. I saw it. Adamantine animal trap. Be cool if I could search in here. There's so much stuff in here. This is our bow. I think that's our figurine. Derpel Gotchi? Right, yep. Okay, so then the shield. And then at least one of the sandals. I guess I can assign both the sandals, right? There's nothing saying I couldn't. Because I'm assuming they don't max out at like 7 symbols. What is that? It's like an artifact mug. And then what else was there? There's the chain and the cage, right? It's like ranked by value. You got a lot of steel stuff. Oh boy. Okay. Carry or wear. I wonder if they're actually gonna like grab them all. Except do cages work? Does it have to be? Well, I mean, there's instruments here. Can it not be furniture? Did I do a silly thing? It might be the case that furniture doesn't count. I didn't realize they have to wear the symbol. I thought they could just like have a symbol assigned to them. It's just a bunch of bolts. Interesting. Okay. So that changes the tactic a little. Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I believe these are as well, but can I do sandals and boots? And I can do this. This was like a turban, right? Does that work? Let's see what happens. Congratulations! This fortress is now a mountain home. Proof that any suggestion of hubris was childish nonsense. The gods surely want you to dig deeper still. No, they don't. No, they don't. We did it. We did it. I'm gonna leave the adamantine stuff here. I think it was a follow, Bitcoin Beastie. I'm gonna leave my adamantine stuff here, because it belongs with the king anyway. So it's cosmetic, as all good things are. Oh, now it's there. Okay. Does that mean the king is gonna like actually wear that stuff? So if I go to Nolak, I'm curious. You gonna put all this stuff on? Currently, you just have normal stuff. Dragon Bolt on an ice throne. Yup. Oh, you're just going to sleep. You're just going to bed. You don't care at all. We did it. We accomplished something. The very minor something, and it literally just changes the word there. Oh, our value has gone more accurate. We are at 3.5 million. It's had a big day? Sure has. I should give him that adamantine bed, too. There you go. Delighted, remembering being near a waterfall. Pleasure, remembering putting on an item. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna give him that bed too. Why not? That one. Just so no one else gets it. All right, so then that's all fine. And then we grabbed all of this, and now we have some more ice. I'm gonna keep channeling out the ice here. I might even... I kind of want to disassemble our extra stuff. What I could do, real easy, I'm gonna say pond here and here. Let me be separate ponds. One here and one here. Just they douse that lava for us real quick. And we'll work on like all this. Yeah. Okay, they did that much at least. So I'm gonna make some more assignments here. Well, that one's actually gonna wait because I still need to get out there. So this one, right? Ice. Ice and bronze. And then we can do here. I find it silly that the symbols have to be worn. I wish I knew that before. But as far as things to learn, that wasn't deal breaking, right? Good thing we found enough. So like none of our adamantine, literally none of our adamantine made it into a symbol. Hilarious. after all that work. Oh well. Now we know. That is knowledge I didn't have before. I need one like right here too, don't I? What if I'm just do a floor here. Jeweler has created Aka's Haka Morka Shasra, a faint yellow diamond weapon rack. Dope. Jeez, we've been getting some really wacky artifacts here. Bow Messiah, the Executioner of Mansions, worth 71,000. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Decorated with chestnut, encircled with bands of green diamond cabochons and giant polar bear bone. An image of Better Vetch in yellow diamond. An image of Ola Nutswave, the elf in ruby. Ola Nutswave to traveling. The artwork relates to the journey of Ola to the blizzard of embracing in the summer of 56 during the second journey of the elf. Ola. It's Ola. It's Ola. It's the polar bear tamer. Showed up on this one too. On the item is an image of dodecahedra. Okay. And Yeti bone. An image of another dodecahedra in porcelain. An image of kobolds in giant polar bear bone. The kobolds are traveling. The artwork relates to the foundation of sludge skewers in 142. Oh, that's when we got here. We've been here for 17 years? 15 years? An image of League raked the beach of gleaming, the gypsum bracelet. Oh, another artifact. She'll never leave us, right? Yeah, that's totally her. That's totally that same that same elf. She's important, what can I say? She's a vital part of our lore here. Even though we never met her. Okay, I guess I should let's do the floor thing here too. And then I can get rid of this. And then all this kind of stuff. Right? I guess they can still get through there. I want to preserve a path to the outside. So that's how we're doing half of this. That should all be good. This will just need the floor there. I think we're getting there. Then this goes here. And then one will go there. And then this one goes here. And here. I think that's how it works. And the kobolds are here. Welcome, kobolds, to my mountain home. When do you think our next goblin siege is going to be? I bet we're going to get another. I bet they aren't done with us yet. Okay. This is all looking great. Feeling great. Doing great. We still have a bunch of stuff to melt here. We've made some bars. There's a little bit of junk here. That's stuff that we dumped manually. That'll make sense. We're melting. Copper shield. Yeah. And then... Oh, and then the ice... It turned into ice before it got down. Oh, right. It freezes. So I need to do it like down here, right? I need to do pond right here. And a pond right here. And that should be fine. There's just a random fluffy wambler in there. Does the king, like, want to wear... Do they like to wear their symbols? We'll see if you put on the other ones, because there's some that don't have... that aren't assigned to pedestals, I'm pretty sure. We'll see how that ends up. Clearly it doesn't matter as far as Mountain Home is concerned. That means I mean, like most of the divine metal stuff that you get is from down where you get adamantine anyway, but you really don't need to get to the adamantine to get to Mountain Home. The divine metal stuff is definitely an easier way to do that. Finding 7 things that you can wear, as opposed to finding dozens of adamantine to make stuff. At least she's done up in ruby, true. Is she still around? I think she's dead. I guess I haven't actually checked. King wearing an adamantine cage on his head, fire snake his crown. That would be kind of dope. I would like that. Wow, this is gonna get us a bit of ice, but we're gonna need... I think we're still gonna need more. Okay, there we go. It has gone away. It also didn't make obsidian. That's interesting. What does that mean? How did that not make obsidian? And then are these floors? There is some floor here. And then there's ice inside here now. Well, I guess we're gonna keep going for it. Oh, need one more ice. Burns to death in a rather humorous fashion, unfortunately. I mean, that'd be kind of funny. It's like this sort of Damocles, but it's just an animal on your head at all times. Maybe someday you'll get your face bitten off. I guess you need adamantine for the throne, which is 9 boulders worth. Well, I think we've made some good progress here today. I think some good things are happening. And they're going to continue to happen. Jaguars won't eat my face. Right. Famous last words. Famous last words. Yeah, cool. I think that's a good spot to end for today. We are now Mountain Home. We went out to a glacier in the middle of nowhere, toughed it out, eventually got some people to show up, eventually made a nice little resort area, and then became a mountain home. Became the ancestral home of our people. I'm very happy with that. This is, if we won, yeah, we won. That's about as close to a victory condition as you're gonna get in this game. GG, thank you. Thank you. So that's cool. That's the first time I've actually followed through and gotten mountain home status in this game. It is both trickier and less trickier than I was imagining and fearing. So that's good. We just kind of have that in our back pocket now. And yeah, now I just want to finish our dome. I want to finish our vault, get all of our treasure put in there. I have some vague ideas of how I want the inside to look. I'm going to do some interesting structure inside, but I want it to be all secure before we spend time inside making it fancy. That's like my last goal for this fortress, right? We have other things that we're going to work on. Probably gonna get sieged again at some point. It's been a year or two since the last one, and the last 2 sieges we've had were quite large, over 100 people, 100 attackers, I guess, in both those sieges, and we annihilated them. So I'm excited to do that again. Come by for more. Come by on Thursday for more Dwarf Fortress. Come by on Saturday for a to-be-determined game. We're gonna start a new game because we finished Metroid Prime 4. Saturday's gonna be a new game. Now we can adventure as polar bear men. This is true. We have managed, I mean, knock on wood, but so far we've managed to keep them safe this whole time. I think we've only lost 1 or 2 polar bear people this entire fortress, and one of them was like tantrum himself to death. So we've done pretty good with our polar bear people, and they are gnarly. They are going to be so powerful in adventure mode. Level 80 fighter is absurd. Getting to the point of reg level of fighting, except without being a zombie, just being gigantic. Maybe we'll go meet Reg and 1 Eagleman. True. Rip Kerr. Pour one out for Kerr. So yeah, stay tuned for that. We're gonna wrap up things in this fortress. We're gonna have an adventure of some kind, and then go back to our home, go back to where all of this started, right? That's kind of the long-term plan. So I hope you come by for more. I hope you have a good rest of your week. Today's episode is brought to you by a very fancy chair. Very shiny chair. And by viewers like you, clicking on all the buttons down there, hanging out with us live, hanging out in VODs, hanging out in Discord, wherever you want to hang out. Take a seat, take a load off, and hang out with us. I appreciate you coming by. I hope you have a good week. And I hope you stay kind.